Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Hall o'clock with a package from Bricklink.com. But first, a word from our sponsor. This video has been sponsored by John Pye Auctions, the famous real-life Nottingham-based auctioneers. Do you want to get your hands on Lego sets without the crazy price tag? John Pye Auctions have an exclusive Lego auction packed and stacked with lots of Lego sets, including a selection of unopened and sealed lots, all going into auction on Friday, April the 1st, and that's no April Fool. Find Lego Star Wars, Harry Potter, loads of Technic sets and more. This auction is for UK buyers only and all bidding is done online, but nationwide delivery is available. You can preview online or even in person before you buy. Just click the link in the description for more information. Yeah, it looks like they've got some multiples of some really good sets there, so might be well worth checking out that link. You can always give it a bit of a click after pausing this video and come back here. We'll be ready when you have done it. But here is our big order from Bricklink.com. We've got a massive bag full of bags and a big heap load of stickers. So let's start with them. Oh, it's already leaking with some very important parts already. These stickers are many and varied, it seems. Not protected, perhaps, but they do seem all right. I guess they were against the edge of the box. The first one, we've had a few times actually on pieces, these Gyrosphere stickers. They're from the 75941 Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus set. Now, the Ankylosaurus, I think, is so named because it goes after your ankles, so you do have to be very careful of those. Anyway, I've got to get a Gyrosphere as well, the actual glass ball for my Lego City. Just have one rolling down the street as well, I think. That would look rather good. But essentially why I've got this is for the stickers to advertise my Gyros. There was so many different pronunciations. I was told I was doing it wrong every single time. But basically, you can just use this one to advertise that vendor of food. And somebody else very clever pointed out that you could use just those four letters to say over here as well. So basically, I'm going to do another sign in brown saying Gyros here, which will be very good. And what else have we got here? We've got a bit of a warning sign, a calendar for the wall, and a nice dinosaur picture. Oh, and some tread plates. So yeah, I think I'll be able to use all of those. Oh, and even look, a little fossil for a cross section perhaps underneath my city. Wow, that looks absolutely perfect for me. Here's another really quick one that I got from set 60283, Holiday Camper Van from 2021. I didn't really want this very urgently, I must say, but the fact was it was 15 pence, and for that price, well, I can't really pass it up. I might be able to use these on some sort of caravan I've already got in my fairground, perhaps for the carnies. Then I've got this one, which is a bit more expensive. Now, this is from the Gingerbread House 10267 from 2019. And I just wanted it really for these two here. Home Sweet Home, which I thought could be the doormat of my sweet shop based on Honeydukes, just down on the ground there as part of that sort of sweet path. And maybe even a sign at the start of that path saying Candy Lane, because it will be a tiny little lane made of candy after all. And then that picture of the gingerbread family will, well, go unused, or you'll have to send me ideas for how I can use that in my city as well. So I thought that was really good fun. Then there's two of these, both the same, from Stephanie's Sports Arena 41338, which is obviously a friend set from 2018. And I kind of wanted these because they had loads of sports sort of memorabilia and things on and scoreboard and all the rest. And I thought I could use the two main sort of banner ones maybe to make a sports store shop to buy all your sporting goods, because I've got kind of a bag like one of these full of all sorts of things from tennis rackets to balls and stuff like that. So essentially it would be quite an easy thing to fill a building with. And the fact that I've got some sort of taco ones there, actually I hadn't actually planned, but that'll go quite well with my Gyros or one of my other vendors in my fairground as well. So that's going to go to good use as well. And then last but certainly not least is the City of Atlantis 7985 sticker sheet. And I kind of bought this because obviously I'm doing loads under the water in my 20,000 bricks under the sea. And I'm most like these sort of gold kind of guardians, I suppose, with the sort of Atlantis symbol on their shields. That's what I like most. But then there's these rock ones that go onto the smallest burps, big ugly rock pieces. And then I'm not sure about these other ones, but I'm sure I could probably use those as well. But definitely these four, and probably that one on something very important. Is that white backing? Yeah, it is. I'll have to be on something white. It's not a translucent backing, sadly. So, yeah, anyway, lots of really good stickers. That's a really good start, and they're all in absolutely perfect condition. So that's great. Right, let's move on to what fell out of the bag. This is very important. We have got 2 baby dinosaurs. Now, these are from 2 different sets. The sand blue one, I've got one of already, and that's from that 76940 T-Rex Dinosaur Fossil Exhibition, which is on the back of my train now. So this will be a second one of those. And the reason why I thought I might want a second one is so I could have another one of my Series 9 Cyclopses kind of riding him. And I thought this olive green Cyclops could be riding one, and I get another Cyclops for the other one, making kind of a bit of a Cyclops army. And then the second one, the olive green one, which is from 75939, Dr. Wu's lab, Baby Dinosaurs Breakout. Sounds like a really bad movie, that, doesn't it? Could basically be the steed for the Cyclops Queen, because we've got the Lady Cyclops figure, who's actually in the same blue as that is blue, and that green is that green. And rather than have green on green and blue on blue, I thought they'd kind of be best sort of opposing. And then she could be the queen and have her own special mount as well. So basically, you can see I'm fast basically accumulating a kind of underground Cyclops army. And I've no idea why. So I'm kind of thinking they'll either be at war with the miners, kind of in a sort of Rock Raiders, sort of Power Miners type kind of a way, or maybe they'll be at battle with, well, the rock monsters themselves for underground supremacy. Who knows? But I did think that these being kind of the exact complementary colours for the Cyclops series minifigures was just too good an opportunity to miss. So I will be getting more saddles like I have on my original one I had already for these two. I guess I need a green saddle for the blue one and a blue saddle for the green one, but quite frankly they're quite hard to get, so I might have to take what I can get. But I think that looks really good. What do you think? I do think that last Jurassic Park set is just another example of basically humans being outwitted, in this case by baby reptiles, which is rather sad. You know, every Jurassic Park set, the creatures are escaping without fail. There's never any that manage to stay within their pens. And I just think, especially when you're outwitted by baby reptiles, that maybe you need to get, well, slightly cleverer staff, quite frankly. But anyway, that's just me. Right, so we've got quite a few bags of just grey pieces. We've got loads of these facet ones, which are really good for different angles in the undersea setting. So I've got a lot of those 2 long ones, and there's the 3 long ones there. Should I tip them all out? Guess so. They'll need washing. So we've got the 3 long one and the 2 long one. And you can kind of use those either way to make that sort of jagged front to join maybe some burps together, or the sort of smooth side as well. So they're really useful. More of the corner bricks, which I think are really useful, again, for under the sea. So that's good. I think this person had lots and lots of cheap grey bricks, so I filled my boots as usual. So there is the 2x3 brick. What have we got in here? More corner ones. Might have enough of those now. An assortment of slopes. What do we got here? We've got the nice corner ones of both that sort of angled corner and the pointier corner. They're a bit harder to get. And a few little slopes as well, just to mix it all up when we're doing all of that sculpting. And even a cheese wedge one there. And then we've got 1x1 bricks galore to fill in all of the lovely gaps. So a great big sea of dark bluish grey there. But as a bit of a contrast, at least colour-wise, we've got some orange flexi pipe here. Now I'm going to use this under the sea as well, but this is going to support a lot of plants. And the price of these has come right down because I think a lot of people are getting them as part of, well, a lot of the stunt sets like 60299 Stunt Competition. And that's really good because a lot of these would go for, well, sort of £1 each or something. And these were a fraction of that price. And in this bright colour, it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to have loads and loads of leaves or something else sort of stacked on these. And then I can kind of bend them to a bit of an angle and have, well, a lot of life in my undersea area. So, I mean, this is a good sort of look forward into what it's going to be like. Loads of dark rock with loads of really bright plants on top and in front. So I'm looking forward to playing around with all of those. Another very bright piece that I'll just throw around is these two sort of big cone kind of panel pieces. I think they're cones in the catalogue. Now these were the end of some great big sort of tiki hut as part of Moana's Island Home 43183. And I don't think I'll be using them quite as that, but I did think they might be useful as some sort of plant or, I don't know, some structure under the water, or maybe even some sort of industrial sort of kiln or, I don't know, container of some sort. But I just really liked them and they were quite cheap. I mean, it's almost like the top of a great big missile or something, isn't it? So heaven knows what we can use that for. So that's really nice. Some glass pieces. Big windows and small windows. They must have been a good price. This is a good mixed bag. I've got lots of these fence pieces in brown because I'm starting to collect those for a lot of the railings on my double, I'm calling it a double modular. It's not really a double modular, but it's a double base plate build because it's not going to be a modular because it's all going to be joined together. But that's probably, well, that's what was on the double sort of green development site that we've now got the modulars on, which I'm still thinking about moving, to be honest. But anyway, so I'm getting a lot of those and the corner ones. So that's for that future build that will probably be a few months off yet. We've got a blue anchor, which I just bought because, well, it's blue and I've never seen a blue one before. And that's partially because it's only been in one set, the 9499 Gangan sub from 2012 from Star Wars. It's unique to that set, and that's the one with the really crazy expensive Queen Amidala character who looks like a fantastic minifigure. But yeah, I think it's well over £100 now. I mean, it's ridiculous, really, isn't it? But anyway, that's really nice to have. I have to get a black bar piece to sort of poke through one of those holes, brighten up one of my ships. I've got this cake tile. If I'm going to do a dedicated cake shop, as we sort of alluded to with all those leftover cake and sort of pastry pieces that we had from doing the supermarket, then I thought this would add to them. It's one that I don't have from 41440 Heart Lake City Bakery. Yeah, that'll just be decorating a wall in that. So yeah, I'm always buying printed pieces whenever I see them. And then one more of these 3-panelled door frames for another upcoming build yet to be disclosed. Then lots of little pieces, jumper plates that are very useful, bright little coral coloured pieces. I got these because they're going to be able to fluoresce in UV light, so I'll probably use those on the UV section of my 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea. And these dark azure kind of what they called shoe pieces or boat tiles, sometimes they're called. I think will be really bright and colourful there as well. What else we got? Got some of these very pointed wedge plates, which I'm going to use as paths in my fairground, I think, when I just need a very slight sort of trajectory change. Because if you think about it, you can use a pair of them to kind of take a 4-wide path that was kind of over here and move it slightly over there whilst also going quite a way along. So it's kind of like a very slight diagonal path, which I think will look really good when you've kind of got, you know, a few sections together. In fact, if we've got 2 pairs, you could almost have like a zigzag, couldn't you, or something like that. Yeah, sort of like that and like that. There we go. So that's quite interesting. This is for the foam box build that I was sent that I'm just going to do a few tweaks to before incorporating it into Bricknotium, so I hope you don't mind. You know who you are, who sent that in. And then I've got loads of random plates here and some more pieces for Under the Sea. These are kind of spooky fingers in the sort of spring green or yellowish green colour. They've been in a couple of the Hidden Side sets like 70431, The Lighthouse of Darkness, but they could just be 3 leaves of some plant sort of overlapping naturally. I'm really going to have to start experimenting with all of my Technic pieces in order to sort of be able to actually make something like holding them in that way a reality when it comes to Lego pieces, because it's not as easy as you'd think with just one attachment point on the back. But yeah, a real nice different colour and shape. Next bag. Hey, look, I've got loads of these sort of leaf pieces for palm trees, and that probably gives you yet more clues that I might be making something tiki orientated in the near future. So I'm buying those so I kind of experiment in real life, because sometimes doing things on digital design isn't all it's cracked up to be. When you've got some very interesting shaped pieces, you kind of need to actually play with them in real life. And there's a red whip there that came from the what was that one? It was on the train set, wasn't it? The crocodile train. Yeah, so that was 10277. So I just want that to augment another one of my designs. And we've got this dish, or disc should I say, because it's flat, which was, I think it's been used as the base of that Tasmanian Devil, Taz. But this one was part of Frozone, the Disney 2 series character from The Incredibles. And I just really liked it because it was a bit different. I thought I could use it on a sign, perhaps in my vinyl record store, because I thought a big black round plate with that in the middle, and that could be the bit that you put the needle, not the needle through, the whatever you call the middle bit through. Then we've got spring green hair as well, which I thought looked very plant-like as well. So you just have that sort of swishing around on the bottom of the ocean. It's more of these kind of pixie cap type things, whatever they're called, in dark red. Ice cream pieces, Technic pieces for my submarines, ski poles, mobile phones, and lots of emojis actually. So these are for the same use as the other recent emojis I got. So there's the sort of love and kisses, and there's a nice sort of happy smile and so on. So they're going to be part of a sign. I've already told you that, but a sign for what? You don't know. And a bottle, must have been a good price. Then I'll let you know that these bar pieces, which are also sort of prison cell doors, are going to be part of a train build. So that'll get your thinking caps on and try and work out what that's for. Got some garage door pieces in trans brown. There we go, or trans black as some people call it. And a couple of chairs in blue. Must have been a good price. Now that's vital. There is the other Series 9 Cyclops, and he comes with his nice club as well. And you've got to really change his head so he's not on the sort of full eye, but the sort of half eye like that, because then when you put his head back on, he looks really mean. Anyway, so he can go on there. So you see, this army is going to be absolutely amazing when it's done. They just look great. See, I don't think these dinosaurs are baby dinosaurs when they're in my setup underneath the ground. I think they'll be fully grown, but they'll just be small because, well, they don't get much sunlight, do they? Here's some more dark tan plates and wedge plates for my paths in my fairground. Lots of those. So again, I'm going to be using the diagonals to kind of make interesting path shapes. Kind of can't find a pair that's right. There we go. So you can kind of change the direction of a path slightly diagonally by using a pair of them. I think that'll look really good. I think it'll sort of join up with normal sort of 4 wide. And you can kind of zigzag in between the rides. That's what I'm thinking about. Then what else we got? Oh, another very important minifigure, especially if we're going to be doing some sort of tiki orientated build. Put him on his plate. And he is, with his spear, the Series 11 Island Warrior, and very wonderful he is too. Yep, looks really good, and I better just take off his mask so I can show you his face as well. It's a question with such a wonderful face as whether you want to actually cover it up with that mask. Oh, here we go. So there is the guy, and he looks in wonderful conditions. That's really nice, with his sort of face tattoos and hair and all the rest of it. So he looks great, and maybe this should be wall art, or at least on someone else, so we get the benefit of both facial looks. Yeah, I really like that. Very nice indeed. There we go. Oh, and I've just spotted one more tiki-orientated piece, which is from that same Moana set. And it's this tiny little 1x1 one with a kind of, what looks at first glance like a bit of a tentacle arm on it. but it's actually a fern arm, kind of, when a fern grows, it kind of opens up like that as it grows, because it's a Kuru spiral, which is kind of the symbol of New Zealand, that silver fern, that frond kind of opening up. So that's what that's supposed to be, or so I'm told. But yeah, so that could make a door handle or something like that later on. Very nice. Then loads more connective bits. Now these bits I've bought for that point I was alluding to earlier, that basically I'm going to need lots of different ways of basically attaching all these different bits under the sea to, well, other bits. So I kind of figured having one end of a clip and one end with a bar hole would make, well, definitely using these a lot easier, because basically I can just shove it in there and clip it onto something and have them going in all sorts of different directions. So that'll be really useful. So I got some in grey to hide in with the kind of rocks. And then what he had in yellow and red, I bought the lot because they're only a couple of pennies each. So on they go. Lego waterfall. And then the last bag. Some more interesting parts for under the sea, being these dome pieces, which I haven't had before because they're actually 3x3, which is quite an odd dimension that I've not actually used before. And they've got a hole on there, so you can make some really weird sort of topped flowers with these. I wonder if that's where they came from, sort of one of the flower sets. Anyway, yeah, that'll be kind of useful. For all sorts of different builds, I'm sure. And then some other dome bits in lime, which will be nice and bright. A couple of random more bricks in grey in this bag as well. So, yeah, an absolute load of awesome stuff, mainly for under the sea. And you'll notice that a lot of it was not for specific projects, but that was because I picked this vendor, mainly because how many people have both cyclopses and baby dinosaurs, baby triceratops to be precise, in their collection, as well as island warriors. And those were the main bits that I really wanted to get hold of. But all this stuff is going to be seriously useful as well in upcoming builds. So yeah, I think that was a really good haul. Well, all in all, that was a really good haul. I'm really excited to get going with one of the underground scenes and all of these guys, though because of their height, I think it might have to wait until we've got that new underground area, the big one done near the fairground, before I can get started. Grrr, that's annoying. But what I can get playing with is the sort of tiki build, using all of these to build a place where this guy can be the proprietor. So yeah, that'll be really good. So do check out the sponsor link in the description below. I bet some of those lots will be going for a real bargain. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send a package to the channel, then you can to the following address. And we'll open that in a future brick haul. And then next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I think we're going to be doing our whale build on Friday, which I'm very excited for. Something for our 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea cabinet. Really looking forward to that. Now I think it'll probably be more cargo area on Monday. So yeah, good times. So until all of that, see you!